Welcome back to another episode of Off the Bench. Of course, I'm DeMarcus.
And I'm Ty.
Welcome back, Ty. Man. I know you had a little family issue you had going on, man. I'm glad to hear everybody's doing great.
Things good.
So good thing to have you back, man, because we always miss you on the pod.
Yeah.
But as y'all can see, we got a special guest with us. Got another player from our area, actually at the high school that I coach at personally, so this is personal for me to have him on here. I think he's one of the best players in the Panhandle. That I've seen with all the skill set that he has. Yeah. So, man, let's welcome Jordyn Buchanan to Off the Bench, man. Welcome, Jordyn.
Appreciate it. Nice being here.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, man.
All right. So, of course, today, Jordyn, as you saw from the questions that I sent you, we got a lot to go over today. So let's just get right into it, man. So, who is Jordyn Buchanan?
Who is Jordyn Buchanan? I'm him.
Oh. Hey, John, get that right now.
He is him.
John, make sure you get that. Yes. Make sure you get that down. I'm him. So what makes you him?
I'm him. Off the court, I like to see people. I like to see people smile. I like people to achieve their goals. Like I like to see people doing good at what they do. Okay. But on the court, what makes me him, I'm different. Okay. I like being in the gym. If I had the keys to the gym, I'd be in the gym 24/7 throughout the day. I want to be on the top. I want to be the best at what I do.
Okay. All right, man. I like that, man. That's
start off with a bang.
We can leave right now.
That's it.
We can leave right now.
That's it.
All right, so let's segue into my next question for you then. Since you feel that you're him, but even the hymns of the world, because I've heard this many times by different players, what would you say about yourself in your game is the weakest?
In my game is being vocal.
Okay.
I got to learn to fit into my vocal part. I feel like I could be more communicative, but that's something that I got to grow into.
Okay.
Over the time, my ninth grade year, I was shy. I didn't want to talk, I didn't want to do nothing. So, I kind of grew into that.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, being more talkative on the court and off the court, would you say that's something that's like your weak points? So, what do you think, you need to do to of course, the obvious is talk more. But what do you think, you need to be comfort-wise to be able to work on those weaknesses and get better with it?
I feel like just look in the mirror for real.
Okay.
Look in the mirror, tell myself what I could do. I'm capable of doing anything I put my mind to. Okay. So just look in the mirror.
Okay. All right. So now let's go to the next thing. So what do you think about your game is the strongest part of your game?
My game, the strongest is keeping the ball in my hands, putting the ball in the bucket. Okay. I feel like I do good at putting the ball in the bucket and being myself. When I get in my spots, when I get in my spots, it's hard to stop.
Okay.
And plenty of people tell me that, but I try not to listen to it. But they right when I look on film.
Well, man, I tell you all the time, man, with your length and your height that you have, it's a lot of guards that try to guard you in this area. They're too small.
Yeah.
So shooting over top of people is not a problem. My one thing I tell you all the time is, get into your spots and in your high percentage spots. That's the one thing you want to look at too as well, because you can get any shot off on the court, but are you getting to the spots that you shoot high percentages at? So you're more effective there than other places. Go ahead.
So who do you think you model your game after?
I try to model my game after Kevin Durant.
Okay,
that's the go-to.
Okay.
That's the go-to.
Okay, I was gonna say Jason Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
I was gonna say Jason Tatum. I watched a few of your games and stuff like that. So both of them, like you said, they both get to that mid range, get to that pull up. Yeah. And I don't know if you seen the game last night where Jason Tatum pulled up from the three to win the game. Yeah. Your game pretty much reminds me of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Being able to change direction, you do a good job of that. And then, of course, we know your ball handling is good. But one thing I will say that I noticed, and I'm sure Ty has seen it and other people have brought this to my attention, is just being able to see the floor a little bit better too.
Yeah.
So that's one thing you can get better on. That's the beauty of you having another year, is that you still get to work on that and get ready for the next year. All right, so do you fit? Well, obviously, number 3, number 4, he already killed number 4 for me.
He him.
So I'll still ask it though. So do you think you're one of the best players in this area?
I believe I'm one of the best players in this area, but I try not to focus on that.
Okay.
I try to extend it more, try to be the best. I want to be the best in Florida.
Okay.
I try to extend it that. So being the best player in the area, it's really not nothing to me.
Yeah.
Plenty of people tell me that all the time, but I tell them
So you want to be recognized on a more state level?
Yes.
Okay. I can appreciate that. All right, so what do you consider, or what is your definition of a leader? What would you say that what qualifies a leader?
It's really motivation. I'm just saying that, motivates people on the court. Sometimes people don't have I'm gonna just say motivation because people don't have the confidence to go out and play. You know, sometimes they worry about the coaches taking them out or doing stuff. You know, you just gotta play. You gotta be a leader. You gotta tell them like what's right and what's not right. Take good side, not take good side. So I feel like just being a leader is like really just like uplifting the people who you're around.
Okay.
And giving them advice.
So would you say that, or do you think you have the ability to do this on our team?
I do.
Okay. All right. So that we can look forward to that next year then.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
Well, no, not next year. Starting this off season.
Yeah.
Going into next year. All right. So now we know the last 2 years haven't ended exactly how we wanted them to end. So my question to you is that what do you think we need to do in this off season to get to the ultimate goal of being a champion? And I'm not just talking about just a district champion. I'm talking about state champion. What do you think we need to do starting this off season to get to that point?
I feel like really getting in the gym. We need to get in the gym more. You know, we've been in the gym, but I feel like more like getting outside, you know, breaking on the fundamentals, going back over the basics. You know, that's some stuff that people need. You know, people just try to do like overboard, go over the stuff that we really don't need. Like, I feel like we should get in the gym more. You know, we already got the bond. We got the bond on the court and out the court. People can already tell that. So I feel like we should just get in the gym more.
Okay. So get your game right. Okay. I like that. All right. So I know I've had this conversation with Ty, and I've had this conversation with other people too. And a lot of people ask me questions like, hey man, what's going on with this kid? So I always ask them the simple question of, do you really know this kid likes basketball? So my question to you is, do you like basketball or do you love basketball?
I love basketball.
Why do you love basketball?
Basketball been with me since day one. I wouldn't be here right now without basketball.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just say that. So like basketball my whole life, I've been running my whole life.
Yeah.
So like without basketball, I wouldn't be the person who I am today.
Okay. Go ahead.
So you looking at some of your stats, your freshman year you played varsity, right?
Mm-hmm.
You averaged 5.9 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
Your sophomore year, 11.6.
Mm-hmm.
This year, 16.4 as your junior. What's going to elevate you to go to the next and get, more points or whatever the team needs from you? Whether it's not points, but assists, rebounds. I'm pretty sure this year you probably played a different position because you lost your big man. So, you slid maybe down from being a 2 or 3 to 3 to 4. So what's next year bringing for you?
Just working on my craft. 9th grade, I was working. 10th grade, I was working. You seen it, like I've been moving up every time. So really, I'm just keep working on my craft. Keep doing it. It's been working with me since this whole time. So like, why stop now?
Yeah, like that.
And I'm glad you brought his stats up because I had his stats too.
Yeah.
So the kid's shooting 47% from the field, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then 37% from 3, 79% from free throw, 5 rebounds a game, about 3 steals a game, 2 assists. 1 block, scored over 400 points this year. I want to say that because Mama made sure that I keep. Now listen, I'm gonna talk about Mama just a little bit. Now his mama don't play around, man. She's serious, but you know what? I appreciate it because it lets me know that she's behind him 1,000% on accomplishing his goals. Because she's telling me all the time he wants to be 1,000-point scorer. Before he leaves. Yeah, and I tell her all the time like he's on track.
Yeah,
I say based off what I'm seeing from these years of varsity, he's gonna be fine. So when I told her, she's like, I'm looking on Max Preps. I don't see his. I said, look, I said, don't worry, he's over 400 points this year. I promise you. Yeah. So I appreciate Mama out there for doing all you do for Jordyn. So that's why I know these stats are important. Yeah. But the one thing I will say that I am wanting him to do better at is, of course, rebounding and assists. Because like I said, that's seeing the floor better. Yeah. Being in more spots on the team that we need him to be in order to, get to the ultimate goal of the season. And then, of course, points, as you can see with him, he got that.
Yeah, he got it.
The scoring part is not the hard part for him. It's like it's the endurance, rebounding, and then, of course, the leadership that I'm looking for him to be more of. So that's why I know he has it in him. But like I said, we just want to see a little bit more. Yeah. All right, so going back to, some of the questions. Now, let's talk about recruiting a little bit. So when it comes to recruiting, is there a particular school that you would like to see recruit you? Or are you pretty much like, hey, man, whoever gives me opportunity, I'm just happy with the opportunity?
It's whoever gives me the opportunity.
Okay.
Many people can say that they want to go to this and this school, but you don't know what you're benefiting from the school. Yeah. If you want to go to this school but they don't want to, it's like, you know, they ain't gonna give you the opportunity to play on the next level. So it's like whoever want me, you feel me?
Yeah, that's where you want to go. Okay. And that's good because like I was talking to Jack Banks last week, you know, about the same thing. He was saying the same thing. His main thing was though the family atmosphere because the school he picked was a family atmosphere and his family had, you know, some relationships with that actual school. So similar to what you're saying, you know, he said to me is like, hey man, you know, I just want to go where they're gonna give me a chance to play, give me a chance to build the chemistry with my teammates on and off the court. Yeah. So that's big. And I tell any kid in this area, hey man, whoever's gonna give you a shot, take it. Because like you say, you don't know what kind of options you're gonna really have once you get on that team. Yeah. So you definitely want to be able to do that.
So like, I know you focus and locked in the gym. You focus and locked in the classroom too?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. You got to be focused and locked in on the classroom. You know, I'm working on it right now, so they're gonna be up.
Okay. All right. So now, I know Ty brought up the whole. You know, you played multiple positions this year. So going into your senior year, if you had a position you would want to play the most of, what position would you say?
I would say the same position I play right now. Okay. Shooting guard, small forward. You know, I can really play all positions, but you know, I'd rather stay with my position that I'm most comfortable at. Okay. You know, so shooting guard, small forward.
Off the ball. Okay. All right.
Most comfortable.
Because I know we you know, we noticed this year you did play a lot more point guard than you have the previous 2 years. But I also noticed it did affect you a little bit more when you were just playing off the ball. So I agree with you on that. Yeah, playing off the ball it's a better spot for you. All right, so let's talk about the coaching staff, man. I know I'm on it, but you ain't gotta go into me. But as a whole, you know, what do you think about the coaching staff and how has the coaching staff helped you these last 4 years?
I feel like we got the realest coaching staff. You know, they'll never tell us nothing fake. You know, y'all always be there for us. You know, y'all tell us the real. It was like, so yeah, I feel like we got like one of the best coaching staffs in the city for sure.
Okay. So now, how has that transition for you as a student, as a ball player, and as a young man have an impact from, you know, the coaching staff on the team? Do you think that's helped you in those areas?
Yeah, it's most definitely helped me. Most definitely.
Okay. All right.
So like your coaching staff, you know, I see a lot of dribble handoff for y'all offense. Yeah. You like that system?
It works.
You can be honest though. It works. Look, we on this podcast. Be honest, man. You ain't going.
It's a follow-up question.
It's a follow-up question. But it's a follow-up question for it. But just be honest.
I'm gonna say it works, but I don't really like it too much because you know it like put hands on the ball and like we kind of lose the ball. But I mean, I feel like me personally, I don't like it like that, but my other teammates could. So like.
Okay. So you like high school ball or AU? That's just my question. Yeah. I feel like
that's why he said that because he want to say.
I feel like AU ball is more like freestyle, open court. Yeah. But then you know you got high school ball, which is more system structured. You know, you follow this system, and it's gonna be the same way in college. You know, college, they recruit you off of high school and AAU, but also you know what you do in high school as well because they're gonna run the same thing. I told them before. Y'all run the same offense as Kansas, exact same offense as Kansas. Yeah. So system ball, and you know I tell y'all this all the time when we working in the gym is that you want to elevate your skill set so you can be, you know, an option for a lot of different schools, but also you got to be willing to play in the system because AAU ball ain't always going to be available to you when you go to that next level, unless you go to like a OTE or something that's not an organized, you know, university style. Yeah. So what would you say? High school or AAU more is what you feel more comfortable in?
Me personally, I feel more comfortable in my high school. Okay. But being like what I like AAU more. You get to be yourself more. You get to like show people what you can really do. Yeah. On the next level. And like you're gonna get next level guys, like you know, people who you don't really see on a regular basis. People come from Kentucky, Kansas, California, all that. You playing against different competition that you've never seen before in your life.
So I feel like you have to elevate yourself a little bit more. Yeah. Now you're playing with bigger competition.
Yeah, and it's making you better throughout. So yeah.
Okay. Are you keeping up with the people in your class?
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got them on the tally mark.
For sure. So you got anybody on the radar that you like, man? I got to, because I know they asked this question because they had Luka, Ja, Donovan Mitchell, and Tatum. So being that you watch the guys, you know, that's right there with you, do you say to yourself, okay, I got to watch him and I got to outdo him each and every night, each and every game?
Well, actually, yes. Okay. Yes. You want me to say a name?
I mean, you ain't got to say a name. You ain't got to say a name. We're going to put a name out there. But I'm just saying, like, is there a couple guys that, well, you can say the high school. You ain't got to say their name, but you can say the high school.
I'm going to just say Mount Verde. Okay. But yeah, most definitely.
Okay. All right. So you got some eyes on them. All right. So let's go into next year. All right. So we know you're a junior. You're going to your senior. This your last year. And you got some guys coming back with you returning that's going to, should be able to help get to, like I said, the ultimate goal.
Yes, sir.
So what's some goals individually that you want to accomplish your senior year, and what's some goals as a team you want to accomplish?
As a team, obviously win state, and I want to make the people around me better, but goals individually, I want to work on my craft and make sure that I'm ready to play at the next level.
Okay.
Because I want to keep working, putting in the jump, and like if I ain't ready for the next level, then it's like, just whatever.
So just keep developing yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And then now, we got JV, got freshmen, and you got kids as middle school that's coming to the games and watching you play. Do you think it's something that you need to make important to yourself to be a good example for the guys that's coming up in the program and, guys that's coming to the game watching that's even considering playing high school basketball at your school or at another school? Do you think it's important to be a good example for them?
It's most definitely a good example. If you look, like, we're like big brothers to them. Mm-hmm. They look up to us. If we doing wrong, they're going to do it. They're going to follow in our footsteps. So we got to make sure we keep a good example on them. If we got bad attitudes coming out the bench, so we get took out of the game, they seeing that stuff, and they like, dang, I'm going to do that. Mm-hmm. So, like, we just got to be a good example. Mm-hmm. For real.
Okay. All right. So let's talk a little bit about, because we just talked about, guys that you're paying attention to. So far, you've played, 3 years of varsity. You play a lot of AAU basketball. Mm-hmm. Who would you say is like the toughest player you had to go against?
Toughest player I had to go against myself. Myself.
Ooh. Hey, what does shirt say? What does shirt say? Me versus me.
Oh, I didn't even see the shirt.
That's what the shirt say.
I didn't even see that, bro. Like, oh my God. I didn't even see it. I ain't gonna lie, when he walked up, I was like, me, I didn't see me. I ain't even see the me versus me.
Me versus me.
See, that was calculated. He came ready for the. See, that's Mama out there. Mama Shirley did that. So he ready for the podcast today. Yeah. Hey man, like what we said about Garen. If I'm on the podcast, I'm on the podcast today. Okay, so all right. Well, hey man, I can't even follow up with that one. You just killed that one. Moving on.
So I know this year y'all got to do a tournament in Orlando. How difficult was it? Panhandle ball versus pretty much the bigger cities. We don't think of Panhandle ball. You don't think of much coming out of here. Yeah. But, y'all actually going to the bigger cities, Orlando, Jacksonville, Tampa, y'all playing those teams. How did y'all do? How do you feel like you done, too?
I feel like I could have did better. Mm-hmm. I could have gotten the game better. It's like it's different competition, like I said. Like, they coming ready.
Yeah.
They had experience that we ain't never had before.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a small city. They're in a bigger city. They got all the tools. So, like coming in, like I feel like I could have did better.
Yeah,
on my part.
What about team wise?
Team wise, we all could have did better than team wise.
Okay.
Some people did great, and that's how it comes. Like we all could have did better.
Mm-hmm. I think it's important for any kid that's, like you said, trying to come from a small city.
Yeah,
cause I said, like he just said, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the state of Florida, the Panhandle is a small area.
It's like it's not forgotten about, but it's almost forgotten about to a sense.
So like when you come to JUCO level, it's the best in the country.
Yeah.
You go to JUCO level, this part of the other country is. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to high school basketball, and I think a lot of it is because of resources. I think the administration, the backing of that sport. Mm-hmm. I know this is a huge football area. This, Panhandle, Alabama, lower part, and all of Georgia, really, and then you got Texas. So I think that's why you see basketball kind of struggle here. But if guys want to stand out, like I tell you, you gotta be a kid that can be plugged in.
Yeah,
and that's what's important for you. Is you gotta be a kid that want to be plugged in no matter what, and I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. Mm-hmm. And as for the trips, the good thing is y'all gain that experience because it's the first time. Because normally you get that type of stuff just in the summer.
Yeah.
But to get that in the season, it should have taught you guys lessons of how important every game is and then traveling in the middle of the season. Because when you go to college, that's what you're going to be doing.
Yeah.
You're going to be traveling all the time. So that means your schedule's going to be tight. I mean, you got to still do your schoolwork, still come to practice and perform on the court. So I think you getting a little taste of that. And then, of course, going into the summer and then going into next year, you get even more of that. You'll be even more prepared for college. So let's talk about your mom one more time. All right. So this question I have is just dedicated to her. How critical has your mom been in your life, you know, as a player and as a young man?
She was a big impact on my life. You know, she was there from the start. You know, when I was having ups and downs, she was there. You know, when I'm at top, she was there. She was telling me, keep pushing, keep working. You know, I really took that into, she was a big impact. That's why I love her. I love her for real. I don't tell her that a lot.
I know. That's cool. Hey, look, man, I know what it's like because, you know, I got siblings just like you. And growing up, my mom was a big impact on my life and still is to this day. So, you know, for a lot of players, they, you know, and I'm sure a lot of them couldn't agree, and everybody in this room that works with me, you know, would say the same thing. Like, my mom's important to me because she helps me with a lot of things. So, and I see your mom in action. I see what she does for you. And I also see her hold you accountable because she tell me all the time, she be like, hey, DeMarc, that was trash. And I be like, if you say it's trash, then I'm going with you. As long as you okay with it, he okay with it, I'm rolling with it. So that's why I say I appreciate the relationship that I see that y'all have, because I know a lot of kids don't have that. But I also see that it motivates you to go out and play better and play hard for her because you want to reward her for all the work she's put in. Yes, sir. So, you got anything else for him?
No, I'm ready for the rapid questions.
Okay, so this is called Get in the Game. So this is my boy little segment. This is where we ask you rapid fire questions, give you one answer or over the other, and you let us know what you think.
All right.
Okay.
So, favorite NBA player?
Kevin Durant.
All right. Favorite place to play at?
In all? Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Ooh.
Okay.
Kentucky.
Okay. Favorite rivalry you have right now?
Palm Forest.
I knew you was gonna say that.
That's the biggest one right now.
All right. Do you play in any other sports?
No.
Just strictly basketball. Okay. Focus. I like
that.
Yeah. And zone man.
Man.
Okay. Offense or defense?
Offense.
Rebound or assist?
Assist.
Okay. All right. That's all I got.
All right. So I asked Jack this one, and I asked you the same question. Game-winning three or highlight dunk?
Game-winning three.
Ooh.
Game-winning three.
Okay. Why?
Because game-winning three is like, you feel that different. You know, it's going to be stuck with you your whole life. Like, I hit a game winner. You can get dunks you could just get a dunk and go on about your day, but a game winner three, you're never going to forget that. It's going to be stuck with you your whole life.
Okay.
You're going to keep remembering
that. Lasts the impact and that lasts the image too. The image of doing that, especially in a rivalry game or a away game.
What's your career high?
Career high 34.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and his mom made sure, she like, hold on now. She said, nah, I looked at the stats and I said, don't worry, it's 34. I promise you it's 34. Because what she did was she had already went online and started posting about it, so she wanted to make sure that she ain't get that number wrong. Which, checking me, I'm like, no, he got 34. I promise you. Because that night, I think he went 60 for 16 from the free throw line. Yeah, he was cold from the free throw line. Yeah. So one other question I want to ask you now, like you say, going into your senior year, you know, not only is there going to be a lot of, I guess, pressure from us as coaches to see you do well and get to a certain point, but as a teammate, as a leader, as a captain on this senior team, who would you say on your team, okay, it's going to be me and him, we're going to have to carry this load for us to get to where we want to get to?
I'm going to have to say Alex, but mostly all of us, we all in this together. Yeah. We all got that dog in us.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Uh-huh. So, and I feel like the same way. I feel like you and Alex, y'all going to be the captains of the ship to really get us to where we're going to get to. Because I know guys on the team, Tyler, Logan, they gonna follow you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think as long as y'all stepping in the right direction, they gonna step in the right direction. And everybody else that's coming along, the young guys that's coming up, the other guys that are returning, I think it's going to be good. And overall, the season will be exactly what we want it to be.
Yes, sir.
So I think this off season it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to be a part of it. And like I said, I've enjoyed coaching y'all, and I've tried my very best for this interview not to be so biased.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people will say, well, DeMar, he on your team. So you picked him because you're on your team. No, I picked you because, you know, you are one of the better kids in the area. And, you know, I talk to this man about every guest. Mm-hmm. I talk to John about every guest. So we make sure that we bringing on the right people. Mm-hmm. So, because we'll have someone on from the rival team, you know. Eventually he'll come on whenever his schedule's freed up. So it's just, you know, I just want to give everybody a platform, an opportunity to you know, put their voice out there, let everybody know who they are, and then of course remember you, because like I said, you come in next year because you already told everybody you him. This is new to me. I didn't even know that. I like the attitude though. I like the swag.
Yeah, he gonna get to the next like away games. He gonna have signs. Hey,
we got
you talked a lot of talk, so you got to back it up this year.
All I'm gonna say is, don't be surprised if we go into games and that's what you see because of this interview, because everybody's gonna see it. So okay, so he think he him. And we need to see if he really him. But no, I think you have all the tools and abilities, man, to do everything that you need to do for this year. And then of course, when you go to the next level, you know, I'm gonna be right there with you, following you along. Oh, also too, SBC coming. You going? SBC. That's gonna be at the Civic Center. Sunbelt Conference. Yeah, so they got some new teams. So of course, you know, everybody need to come check it out, see it.
Trying to find my way on the court.
That's to get you a couple shots. Hey, look, I know a guy. I might be able to, you know, get you in there, get you some halftime shots, something like that, so get a feel on that college realm. So, but man, Jordyn, I appreciate you coming on, man. Once again, me and Ty really do. Thank you for coming on the show, blessing us with your presence, man. Go ahead and drop your social media. Oh, before we go there and leave. Social media, I asked Jack about this. I asked you the same question. How do you feel about social media, and do you think it's important to have it?
Social media is very important to have it. College coaches look at your highlights, look at your film. They most definitely look at what you're posting, so you got to be careful about what you post, because they look at all that. You may not think that they don't look at it, but they look at all that. Like Twitter, they'll be texting you on Twitter, but they can go back and look at your Instagram as well.
And see, that's what me and Jack was talking about. Like, you want to make sure that the correlation of who I am on the court reflects off the court too by what you post, because that'll close a door of opportunity just off of that. Because they see like, okay, this is a kid that's gonna be a problem, and we don't want to deal with that, especially in our program and what we're trying to do. Also too, what advice would you give to any kid that is, you know, let's say middle school, going into high school, and you're like, okay, I really want to take basketball serious. What advice would you give to them?
Kid, be yourself. You know, it's just hard work. Hard work beat talent, and talent don't work hard. So you just got to always keep that mentality.
Okay. All right, so man, drop your socials. Let the people know where they can find you at.
Sloan Reaper, everything. Twitter, Instagram.
I knew you was gonna like that. That's why I knew you was gonna like that. That's why I told you right here. He ain't messing around, man. So as always, man, we want to thank y'all for tuning in to this episode. Make sure you comment, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. Let us know, you know, what we could do better or what we can add to the show. We would definitely do that for our next episode. But as always, man, we want to thank y'all for watching, and we'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.